With cries for criminal charges, we wanted to know, can the responding officers be held liable for their inaction?
Our coverage continues with KENS5 reporter Hannah Tita, who spoke with experts in both state and federal law. So, Hannah, are charges likely?
Well, Henry Nieces, this might surprise many, but according to Supreme Court rulings, law enforcement is not legally required to protect people. So can anything be done to hold them personally accountable? Experts tell us there are some charges that can be filed, but it's an uphill climb.
Just because it could have been avoided, you still have to work within the parameters of the law.
The Uvalde district attorney has not yet said whether she will charge any of the nearly 400 law enforcement officers who responded to the Robb Elementary massacre. Former Bexar County DA Nico LaHood says charges would need to fit under a specific statute.
A potential charge of endangering a child is something that could be on the table. I think more accurate could be injury to a child, because omission could be done in a reckless manner.
That's because officers are not legally required to protect people, according to Russell Lorfing. He's a former federal prosecutor and a St. Mary's graduate.
The case law is clear. There is no legal obligation to act in a manner to protect and serve, although I think there's an expectation that comes with that position.
Lori Levinson is a professor of criminal law and a former federal prosecutor. She says federal authorities could still bring charges against the officers for violating civil rights, while negligent homicide is a possibility under Texas law.
But if you take one officer or just a few and try to criminally charge them, they're going to claim they're being scapegoated.
And she says prosecutors would have to prove some of the victims died because of the lengthy response. All three experts believe it will be hard to make a criminal case, but a civil lawsuit could be successful.
How do we say that they're morally culpable of a crime? On the other hand, should somebody have to pay for what happened here? That's a very different question.
And families of survivors did file a $27 billion class action lawsuit back in 2022. That civil suit targets law enforcement and the school district. It even names specific officers like DPS head Steve McCraw and former Uvalde Police Chief Pete Arredondo, but leaves room for hundreds more. Isis?
Thank you, Hannah. Tonight, the city of Uvalde is responding to the report through a statement. It says in part that an independent investigator was hired to conduct a review of the city's law enforcement response. They expect that investigation to be finished this month.